My situation before, my father passed away coming up to 10 years this year, and our estate was kind of all over the place, didn't know very much. I had my property portfolio with my wife, but my dad's property was kind of all over the place as well. He did leave a will, but we were in a situation where we kind of needed to make some changes, and we needed to be able to do things efficiently as well. It will kind of stay in our family for generations as well. So it's kind of funny because like my wife's quite resourceful, and she was doing some searches, and someone's mentioned his name on one of the Facebook groups or social media groups as well. So she's reached out to him, had a little chat with him, and she said to me, "Oh, it might be worth us talking to this guy, Jeff." And I was a bit skeptical at first because we'd been around to like probably about 20 different, professional services to try and get this done. And I was a bit skeptical at first, and I thought, okay, let's just have a chat. And once we've got to that stage, and then we set up an initial meeting with Jeff, and from the minute go, it was like, wow, it's just an eye opener. This guy really knows what he's talking about. When it came to the actual methodologies and what we had to get done, Jeff was very much, I'll guide you through the whole process. We'll do it together. We'll do this, we'll do that as well. So it's constant consultation. The ground level up, he was doing, majority of the work, and he was telling us what we needed to do. But it came over in a trusted format where we know that what we're going to be putting into place is going to be lasting for generations, rather than, having to do this every few years as well. The biggest benefit was to be able to form a relationship with Jeff, and to be able to connect with him on a level where it's almost like a friendship now, where I'll reach out to him. I've got this situation. Well, what do you think I should do? And he's quite quick to turn around and say, oh well, you can either do this, or if he doesn't know, he'll go back and he'll talk to his colleagues, outside of the business, and be able to advise me or put me in touch with someone as well. They have a lot of experience and knowledge of Asian families and how things work there as well. It's not so clear cut when you go to, everywhere else with Asian families. It's quite complicated because if you understand, many years ago when we first came to this country, properties were bought in partnerships, or unofficial partnerships and things like that. So things like capital gains trusts and capital gains and everything else comes into play as well. But it's not only that; it's just that understanding the emotional factor around everything as well. I think one of the main things was that since losing my father, my mother became quite, cocooned in her trust circle as well. But Jeff was able to speak to my mum as well, and just being able to kind of make her understand what we were trying to do. So from a legal point of view, from a beneficial point of view from her as well. So I think it was more like form that relationship, form that trust and a bond where we can actually rely upon her as well. I've also reached out to my relatives and friends and everyone else, and I've actually told them that we need to get this done. I'm able to open a conversation now quite confidently, and say, okay, well, if you haven't done this, we need to think about it, and this is the person to talk to. So it's and whoever's gone to him to be able to sort out the similar issues as well, they've come out thinking to themselves that it was a really good move as well. So it's a process built on trust, and it's important to a lot of families to understand what they need to do to get their house in order as well. So I think it's important that you have someone like Meers Legal that are able to navigate through everything, can digest that, and be able to make people understand what they need to actually do to get to security.